Hi everyone, it's David from LendPower here. Welcome to another video series. I think I'm going to call this one a, what should I call it? Invest Power. What do you think about that? Given my brand name is LendPower and I'm talking about investing topics today, I thought I might as well call it Invest Power. So I'll call it Invest Power series. So welcome to the first episode of Invest Power series. And what do you think of today's topic should be? Okay, well, I've got one for you here. Should I invest first or should I buy a home first? That's quite a common question that I get asked by my clients. Usually they will come up to me and say, oh, David, it all sounds fantastic, but I really don't know what I should be doing. Should I want to buy a home. At the same time, I also want to be able to invest. Can you help me? Like, what can I do here? I get asked that quite common. To be honest, there's no right or wrong answer here. It all comes down to each person's goal and priority. That's number one. I would say that's your number one criteria. Have a think about your goal and have a think about your priority. Is it more important for you to actually buy a home today, or is it more important for you to start accumulating your wealth today? So only you can answer that. And, based on that, then we can then have a look at, okay, well, if you want to be able to buy a home today, then how can we make sure that later on, once you bought your new home, and in terms of your budget and your borrowing power and all the other resources, how can we make sure that we structure so that in the next couple of years, for example, you may be able to look at starting your investment journey again. So for me, number one question would be about what is your goal and which one is the priority. You need to actually be able to work that out yourself, okay? There's another element to that as well, which I would say there's a lifestyle requirement component in here too. So what is lifestyle requirement? Okay, well, the question comes down to some people prefer to be able to live in their own home instead of be able to rent all the time. Some people are just not comfortable renting all the time because of that insecurity. You're living in someone else's home, and the landlord might decide he or she might want to move in one day just because he or she loves the unit so much. And you'll be forced to move again at that point in time. So from my understanding, I would also ask my client, okay, well, have you asked your family, have you consulted your family, what are you guys happy to do? Are you guys happy to rent and invest? In other words, rent best? Or do you guys want to have a stable home first? Maybe the client is going to have start a family in the next couple of months. In that case, then maybe it is stability is a lot more important than building wealth at this point in time. Number three is about serviceability. So buying home first versus investing first is actually have quite a significant impact on your borrowing capacity. A lot of clients, especially in their early ages, when they started their work, they may not have very high income. And as such, if they actually start off by buying off their own home, then their serviceability will be pretty much capped, because how bank calculates serviceability is that if you buy your own home, bank will not look at it with any additional rental income on top of that. Whereas if you do buy an investment property, then bank will actually consider adding that extra rental income in calculating the serviceability. So in almost all cases, if you are going to buy an investment property, your serviceability is going to be better. And as such, if you actually buy your own home first, let's say go back to the example that we have a young guy that just started his job for a couple of years, wanting to buy a home. In current Sydney climate, it is going to be extremely difficult, but he may be able to buy a home, but that will pretty much kill the serviceability at that point in time. So he won't be able to continue invest and build his wealth at that stage. Whereas if he, for example, is happy to rent and invest where he wants to invest and where he thinks that money is going to be, then essentially what we can do is we'll invest first, buy 1 property, 2 property of lower value, and at a later stage, that's going to help his serviceability as well. He might not be able to buy his home right now, but later on, when he has accumulated has accumulated property portfolio and give a bit of time for those to grow, then we might be able to extract some equity, and also later down the stage, his income may have improved as well. So, adding all those factors up, it might work out better in terms of serviceability by purchasing investment properties first and then purchasing your home. But again, there's no right or wrong answer. It's all based on your goals and your priorities. So that's why I said, number 1, definitely have a good think through about what is your current goal and your priority. Number 2, consult with your family about your lifestyle and, whether you're happy to rent and also invest. Number 3, talk to your mortgage broker about your serviceability to see what you can do and what is best for you. I'm David from LendPower. If you like this video, click the like button or comment below. Let me know your feedback. If you got any questions, which you can see that I'm actually trying to do more of the Invest Power series. So if you got anything that you'd like me to talk about, you'd like to know more about, comment below. Let me know what you think and what you'd like to be answered. I'll include them in my future topics so that I can make sure I get them covered off. But until then, have a good day. Have a wonderful weekend. And I'm hoping to speak to you soon. See ya.